Fuel tank removal time. Follow my instructions for getting at the fuel pump. Just got to remove the two seats. Disconnect the handbrake linkage so you can get at the pump. Disconnect the pump, the electrical, drain the pump. What I did was I ran the pump by bypassing the fuel pump relay, and then I just attached a hose to the outlet and out the door to a jerry can until the fuel stopped pumping. Now is a good time also when you drop the tank to replace the pump. This one still had the stock clamps on it. It's a low mileage vehicle, so we're probably going to recommend a fuel pump as well, although it's easy enough to get at afterwards. If it fails, let's say in a couple of years, we can still replace it at that time rather than add it to the cost of the tank repair. So this probably is the easiest tank to pull from what I remember in terms of compared to other vehicles. There's 3 straps, and then obviously you got to make sure the tank is empty. And then there's just a evap connection here. Obviously the fuel line's at the pump, the connector, but that's pretty much it. Nothing else. And the leak that I was getting is over here. So I'm just waiting for it to surface. I'm just pressurizing it right now. I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, it's looking a little bit better. I had to, instead of feeding the smoke into the evap at the top here via this line, I ended up plugging this one, and I'm now feeding it through the return. But this is where it's coming out. This collar is loose, so it's blowing out from under here. Just waiting for there's the smoke. So it took a while, but this guy's leaking, and as far as I know there is no seal under here, but I'm going to try to take this cap off and maybe we can seal it. Parts diagram doesn't show any parts, but it looks like I can pop these tabs off. Maybe there's an O-ring behind there. So this is the old filler neck seal here. It's hard to see, or hard to tell, but it's flat. So obviously over time it flattens. This is a Vanagon fuel sender seal, and you can see it's nice and round still in terms of the actual, the circumference of the seal. So I'm going to be installing this. I'll show you how it sits on the filler neck. So in order to take this off, there are these 3 retaining tabs, 1, 2, and 3. You just pry them away a little bit, and then you can slide that off, and the seal is under here. So this is the Vanagon seal. So you can tell that it is a little bit on the small side, but hold on, almost there. It's a little on the small side. It sits nice and tight, but you can see it's raised. So whereas the other one was sitting flush. So I think this is going to be good. I'm going to install this, put this back on, and then I'm going to smoke it again. Should be alright though. Okay, so this is back together using the Vanagon fuel sender seal. For now, this is all still stock. We haven't talked to the customer yet. We might be doing the pump as well, I'm not sure. So anyways, I'm filling it with smoke right now. And a sealed system. That ball that's sort of hovering, this guy right here, on a sealed system, it'll drop all the way down. So let's see how far it goes. Because the tank is empty, it might take quite a bit of time before that ball comes down all the way, but as you can see, it already is moving down. So that tells me that in all likelihood that leak is gone. So and all I did was bend these ears. I bent them up so I could remove the flange, and I bent them back down, and then I pushed the flange into place. So far I don't feel any leaks, I don't smell anything. That ball is almost down to the little red arrow. I'll get up there closer in a minute, but I think that's going to be good. No more fuel smell. That was the main concern, was smell of fuel. So these smoke machines, you can adjust them to 40 thou or 20 thou leak test, and then that's what this arrow is for. You can basically set it to whatever, you know, in terms of visual indicator, that's where the ball is now, and then you can see later on it's coming down. But I'm quite sure this is a complete fix here. That ball is on its way down, all the way down. Nice. Just got to put the tank back in then. Unless you guys want to see how far it goes down, or how far down it goes. Yeah, at this point I would have seen smoke already, which I don't. Looking good. Installation is in reverse of removal. It won't put, you need the key to twist it off. Anyways, installation is in reverse of removal. Of course, I didn't show the removal, so follow the service manual.